Tape marker, Euphoria season 3, episode 3, guys. Get right. What's going on, Alamo City Movie Talk fans? As always, I'm your host, Ryan D. Aka Ryan 680.
I'm Angela, that's Kylie DeAnge.
And this is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day. You know what to do, guys. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And let's get right to it. This is our Euphoria weekly review, guys. Wherever you're listening to us on, thank you so much for making us a part of your day. Whether you're listening to us on YouTube or on a podcast platform, we do appreciate you guys so much. And let's get right to it. Let's dissect this whole full episode here. Mm-hmm. I would honestly say the best episode this season. So far this season. It's gotta be the wedding.
I think it's because the first two episodes were kind of a lot of setup.
Yeah.
Where the characters at, where they've been doing this whole time.
Yeah.
Where are they at now, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So a lot of exposition, a lot of setup. So this is where we start getting into, all right, this is where we're going now. This is where this episode's headed. And so I think it's a lot more juicier stuff now that we're getting kind of traction now.
Yeah, this there's a lot that to unravel. We'll talk about everything. We're going to talk about spoilers, by the way, guys. So just keep that in mind. Spoilers. This is a spoilers full-on review. By the time this gets released, this will literally be the day before another episode 4. So we kind of got delayed. And then when we review episode 4, it'll be delayed again. So just keep that in mind.
It's me. I'm going out of town.
But one of the things here, the title of episode 3 is going to be The Ballad of Paladin. And we know who Paladin is right coming into this episode, and it's very interesting to see, how the whole story Rue's unraveling here. And what do we mean by unraveling? We mean that it's gonna come to realization that very quickly that what she's doing isn't immortal. What she's doing has consequences.
Well, I think she also I think at the start of the episode when she kind of jokes to what the guy, hey, because he asked her, what are you gonna do? Like, how is it making this money now? Because she's enjoying this new job, she's enjoying this new lifestyle, and she says, well, I'm just gonna do this till I get legit, and that kind of struck a nerve with him, and he's like, kind of maybe second guessing, a little bit questioning, like kind of side eyeing
her loyalty,
her loyalty now that she mentioned she wants to go legit. So you obviously see there that's going to be the start of something that's going to come back, like you say, consequences down the line.
Yeah.
Because Rue she is doing things that are not legal.
Yeah.
So it is eventually going to come to a head, and maybe sooner than we think.
Yeah, no, Rue's in deep in the criminal world. I mean, we see her dealing not only drugs, but we see her dealing with arms now and guns.
I know, that was crazy.
That's crazy to me. Yeah, it just and what does she say? She says at the very end, she puts it lightly. She's like, "Yeah, but I'm not fueling America's drugs. I'm fueling Mexico Mexico
if
guns."
If it's like some consolation, most of these guns are going to Mexico. Not
yeah,
I'm
like, I don't think that matters.
I don't think that.
But yeah, no, like I just that was one of the things here is that with a lot going on with Rue's deep drug mule, now she's reached to a level to where she's becoming this high level criminal, if you will, and that's why a lot of a lot of police enforcement really gets involved in here, and we'll talk about that later. But she gets pulled deeper into the drug war between Laurie and Alamo. Man, it's interesting.
Crazy. Yeah. And he's as crazy Laurie was, I think was on a whole nother level. Like, he is scary. Yeah. He's scary. Like Laurie was scary. Yeah, don't get me wrong, but you don't want to cross him. You don't want to mess with him. Yeah. And that's you kind of figure out that's what's. I feel like it's going to be the start of her downfall, like you say. She's going to realize there's consequences to what she's been doing. It's going to catch up to her eventually. It's just a matter of when. And then I think we also start the episode where we also get the explanation of Jules, what she's been doing with her sugaring.
Her dark new storyline here.
You're right. So she's been sugaring, and that's how she's able to have this lavish lifestyle, be an artist. You see that she's, I think, no longer in art school now that she's sugaring, I think, on a regular basis. So she's able to sustain herself. She has a pretty...
Well, it's a very interesting clientele based, how she started. And
it's funny how she explains some of her clients. Or like it's like Rue narrating, but like it's like some of the like one of them is like
one of them was so weird. It was like he would just stare at her thighs and he'd jack off.
He had a fetish for stockings.
For jacking off, and I'm all like, wow.
Another one was like a movie producer, movie guy, movie film producer.
Yeah.
Another one I think was I can't even remember his name, but she's like eventually he became her only client.
Yeah,
He
he's
paid
a
so
plastic
much money.
plastic surgeon, and he pays for her like whole setup deal because we knew it. I mean, we heard it from I think it was Rue and Maddie. They were talking about it, but we wasn't officially confirmed, right? But now it's officially confirmed that yes, she was dealing with those dating random people, and it was very interesting to see how it went about and how she encountered these people, and it was just like wow. And Jules' dark story, you know, and sugaring herself in these paid relationships, you know, ends up with a wealthy client, and yeah, it ends up with a wealthy person that does this.
You kind of get snippets that this guy that's her only client now, that he's not a saint. Like he has a little darkness to him based on the things that he's having her.
Oh yeah. So that's a fetish though. That is actually
it
so
is,
like,
but I'm saying like it's maybe that will kind of come to head later on with his requests. Maybe
I mean, honestly, like if Jules, and that was one of the things
because as long as baby girl's safe.
Well, yeah, but another thing is that the guy, like he's married, he has kids. And so I think I love it when she asked him, she's just point blank asked him like, you know, what's, you know, are you're comfortable enough to fuck trannies? And I just love how she's like very raw, and it's just like, damn.
Well, I mean,
yeah,
it's a legit question.
Because it's, yeah, it is. And I love how I think that's one of the things that I like about that scene is that they're very truthful. And it's like, I have dark fantasies. And he mentions, what does he say? He says, I forgot, but he says pretty much like, you know, everyone has a dark fantasy, everyone has a fetish. And sometimes, you know, my wife's not always going to be it, you know, and she's okay with that.
I thought they had mentioned that they have like an understanding.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. So like, I think that's the thing too, is that I don't know if the wife, well, maybe we'll find out later, but I don't know if the wife knows that she's a tranny. I think she was, that's the thing. It's kind of leaves it up in the air because I know that, I mean, he says it, right? He says that, yes, we have understanding, me and my wife, but at the same time though, I kind of feel like that, I don't know. I just feel like there's something there, more there. Like,
I think if they had common understanding, I don't think that
it matters
needs to divulge what his
no,
does
but
to his
like,
wife. Like I don't think the trans things matter. As long as, like I said, as long as they come to understanding.
Depending on the relationship, it can.
Again, but we don't know the relationship.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll get expansion on that part.
Yeah.
I think it's just more so like Jules is seeing this man, and he kind of starting to have her do a little bit of weird stuff with like wrapping her and like plastic wrap.
And leaves a little hole there.
It's like, again,
it's a fetish.
As long as she's safe and as long as she's not being harmed. And that's her business. But I do wonder if that's going to come and escalate in the future with what he's requesting. So I'm kind of curious where that storyline, they obviously showed it for a reason.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see if that will come back to us later on in the season.
And I think he says like, I want to keep you forever, says something like that.
I think he was obsessed with beauty and youth and perfection.
And she has it all
as a plastic surgeon.
Yeah, perfection. And that's the thing too.
And he compliments her body.
Yeah.
Because she tells him, yes, I'm trans, and he compliments her body and
those natural,
her age and her youth and beauty, and you know, it's just something about that. It's just he's so fixated on is just like being beautiful.
Yep.
And so, because he's a plastic surgeon, but
and wraps her in plastic. I don't know. That's not ironic, is it?
That's okay. That's a little like we got to keep an eye on that. See where that goes later on.
It's just dark. It's just dark fetishes. That's it.
As long as it's safe, that's all.
Safety.
Fetishes. It's just a safety thing.
Yeah.
And again, it's that's what she's been doing. Yeah. And she seems to be getting a lot of money from it to sustain her lifestyle, her very, very nice apartment.
Oh, yeah. That we see her in the last episode.
She's able to do her art now. And I think it was really cool that she's making it work. As long as she's safe. And so that's where we leave. And then obviously Jules and Rue do reconnect after a twist in the night.
Yes.
So they do reconnect.
It was really cool. Jules, and let's shift over to the wedding, because the wedding's the main thing that everyone wants to talk about, right? Everyone wants to talk about the wedding. Like, first and foremost, I do want to say this is that, you know, Nate and Cassie's wedding, you know, goes off the rails. overbearing. It's
super extravagant to the point of like they're trying to prove that they're like and successful in the perfect couple.
And first and foremost, I do want to say I keep forgetting to say in the beginning of the episode, but Sam Levinson, you did a fantastic job filming this. This feels like old Hollywood. I love the filming in here. It just I feel like that it captures the essence, even though it's our current time. It captures old Hollywood and it keeps that theme and it keeps that cinematography that I really do love and cherish. And so I really do appreciate that, especially those moments in the camera scenes, especially where we got on certain angles and certain fighting scenes that we got in this episode. But there's definitely I do want to say this. Cal, man, he was amazing in this. This was Cal's episode. As much as this was Nate's and Cassie's episode, this was like Cal's episode too. And it was just so beautiful to see him, because this is his last project that we're going to see him in, and it was so beautiful to see. We saw behind the scenes footage where he was just interacting with everyone, because he has a sickness. Eric Dane did a fantastic job as Cal. Oh my God, he was bilious and also even more so, like it was just, it was one of those things to where he was because we found out more stuff. We found out he's a sex offender. We find out
he talks about what happened.
He got caught sleeping. Just I'll put it short. He got caught sleeping with an underage tranny that lied.
I don't even think it was. I don't think he mentioned that person was trans. It was just an underage young man who lied about his age, and he was like
you did.
Few months,
what did he say?
Away. Yeah, he's talking to Jules about it. He's basically shunned in society. He's lost his family. He got divorced, lost his business.
Company,
lost everything. He's stigmatized. He's a registered sex offender because he was convicted for sleeping with an underage minor who was a few months shy of turning 18. So that really, again, he's talking to Jules, he's like you lied about his age. And so you kind of see where he's at now. He kind of has to save face at the wedding for his son.
It's not even save face. That's the thing. I think he's so drunk. He don't give a shit. That's what I love about this episode.
Well, no,
that's what I'm saying.
Make an appearance. He cannot not make an appearance.
Well, no. I think no. I'm not saying about that. I'm just saying he wasn't trying to make any political moves. He wasn't trying to be any strategic. He was just being fuck it.
I don't think he was
he was just like, fuck it. I'm drunk. Who gives a shit? I lost everything.
And he was he was like to Jules, and you look great, by the way.
And you look great, by the way. Oh, and one of the thing is too is that the nerve on Nate's mother to talk shit about Maddie while in front of everybody. I was saying the previous girlfriend. Remember, she was doing the toast. The previous girlfriend wasn't all that, or crazy. I was damn. I think
this whole wedding from the start to the finish was just one big shit show. You get it from where Cassie's mom's walking her down the aisle, and that pep talk was not a pep talk.
It wasn't a pep talk. It was a downplay talk.
That's what I'm trying to say. That wasn't. I know what her mom was trying to do, but it was just
horrible.
Her mom is. We see her mom return, and then we see the wedding, and then we see
before I turned into a witch.
Jules is there, Maddie's there. They get married, and then obviously, like you say, the mom, Nate's mom makes that toast. You see Cal get drunk.
You see Jules' dress all crazy, she's.
That was a pretty dress, beautiful dress. Maddie's dress, oh girl,
I
loved it. It was great.
I love when we saw behind the scenes stuff. We actually saw they played with that cross scene. She has a cross that she had in season 1, season 2, and so they did it again for season 3, but they put it on the back.
Right above the booty.
Yeah, right
above.
But
I loved her dress. I loved everyone's dresses. But again, I think this whole wedding is just a cherry on top.
What do you think of Cassie's wedding dress?
It was pretty. It was nice, but I just think this whole wedding was meant to be extravagant. I know Cassie wanted her dream wedding, but it was so much obvious. That it was such a front of we are the perfect couple. This is the perfect wedding.
Yep.
This is we are so successful. We made it. It's so a front of what actually is happening.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so obvious. It's just to prove to everyone that they're perfect and everything's fine and dandy. But obviously we know what's going on. Nothing's great. We know from previous episodes, Nate's struggling with that construction thing, his project. We know that Cassie wants to do the OnlyFans and she doesn't really have any friends because her neighbor friend is kind of really judgy and remember the neighbor friend?
But that was the last episode. And
then in this episode, also at the wedding, we get the visitor.
Yep.
who visits Nate and kind of
Owes him
basically
a shitload of money.
exclaims out loud to the wedding party, "Yeah, you owe a lot of people a lot of money."
It was so brilliant to see how
That was crazy.
Nate was so scared, and I was just like, "Damn, dude! Like Nate, like
At
you,
the
Jacob,
wedding,
like
in the wedding, they're like literally
Nate,
like in the reception.
yeah, like Nate just he's trying to be strategic, and bro, like no, you can't. Like it's not gonna work out. This is the real world now. You cannot do what you did to Jules. You cannot do what you did to other people when you were in high school.
I think he overestimates how much he can get away with.
Yeah, no, he does, and how much a manipulator and a con artist he is to his friends. His friend, and then we come to find out that the wife of his friends, she's fucking loca.
Part of the wedding party.
And she runs off to her husband, which is Nate's best man. I think one of the best man. And so one of the groomsmen and everything. And so, it's just like they put something we didn't even know. They put their whole life savings into
they put
their children's trust fund or whatever. College fund. Yeah. And so it's just. That's insane to me, and knowing and it's burning. He burned it through, and it seems like he wasn't even being able to pay off anything. And it's crazy to me because he convinced people that this is a good market. We're gonna do great. Invest in me. Invest in us. And it's just even though he knew he owed a lot of money, and he still didn't even pay the guy. That's why I'm all like,
I think
damn.
what's even crazier is I don't even know if I should believe if we as an audience should believe Nate. And what he says, because obviously the friend confronts him and says, "Hey, look, we heard you owe money.
Yeah.
We saw this scene with this guy that says you owe money.
Yeah.
What's going on? You've been telling us something different." And he's like, "Well, it's because of a flower, and the city's working,
fuck that flower,
trying to like see how to locate it."
Flower.
So again, you don't know as an audience whether you want to believe him or not. We don't know what's happened with this project. This is this explanation. We don't know if it's truthful or not. We don't know where the money's going, where it's gone. We
don't
just
know
that Nate's really in deep.
I think he even the guy was all like, "Give me 10,000 on Friday," and I'm assuming the Friday was before the wedding. And I'm assuming, right? Because we don't know they don't give us a full on time lapse, but we know it's very very soon. And then he says like 6 months ago he's owed him money for 6 months now, and so here, what does he say? He says, "Here you have caviar, you have lobster, you have all
flowers,
all
the flowers,
all the
Cassie
flowers.
bitched for.
You insult me with this," and it's just and Cassie hears everything, and then Cassie's sister was just like, "Are you okay?" And her eyes are just bloodshot red, and Cassie's
crying,
just
like she's obviously trying to hold back so many tears.
Oh my god, so many memes I saw after this episode. By the way, I think one was like, Cassie's saying, "I don't want to be poor," and it's like it's everybody, like it's like everyone no one wants to be poor, no one wants. And then the girl, or her friend, considered her friend. I don't think it's her friend, but the what do you call it? The one that overreacted at the wedding. She goes back to him saying, "He's a con artist. You guys cheated everything. He's gonna lose everything. You're gonna be poor." And she's all like, "I'm not gonna be poor." And then she gets a cork. A cork gets not intentionally, but I don't think it was intentionally. But
there is a point where Cassie gets kind of, I don't know if you want
frustrated.
To say drunk, frustrated. She confronts Nate again. All of this is happening.
You're not a man, and she tells that to her brother. Yeah,
accidentally does the cork to his face,
but it's a pressure thing or something. And
we don't know if it's accidental or incidental. We don't know.
I don't think it's accidental, but it's just he deserves that shit, and it's just so crazy. How this episode really centers around this whole violent, messy wedding, and then of course. The sex dance that we got out of it. I was like, damn.
Yeah, they obviously tell they had to do this choreographed dance. As like a first dance. It's so cringy.
Ratchy.
So cringy. Oh
ratchy,
my God.
ratchy.
It's so like, ugh,
it's good
as you watch it. And obviously you could tell they're super upset at each other. They don't want to do it. But again, they have to put up a front that they're this happy couple.
Cassie is like, her eyes are just bloodshot. And I'm just like, damn.
She's losing it. I do think though, this will be the start of a lot of big changes for both those characters.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially now, I'm wondering if the OnlyFans thing is going to come back up again, because she was considering. Remember, she was doing her thing on Instagram, and she had talked about expanding into OnlyFans.
She did. She did go to OnlyFans,
but she told her friend that she deleted it, deleted the profile.
I mean, we'll find
now
out
that they're in now that Cassie knows they have financial issues, if
we'll
she's gonna be like, I can make us the money.
Speaking of that, and then right before we entered the last finals, one of the last final outcome for Cassie and Nate at the very end of this episode, we're gonna switch the conversation over to the main topic of the title, if you will, guys, and it's of course where Rue has to leave the wedding.
Before we leave the wedding, start talking about something else.
Nate and Jules?
Nate. Yes, Nate and Jules have a conversation.
They have a good conversation.
But also, at the very end of the night, right before when they leave the wedding, Nate and Cassie leave the wedding, they go into their house and they're surprised.
Yeah. So I was going to mention that at the very end. Sorry.
We can talk about it because we're still at the wedding.
Yeah. So, and I can't remember if that was the Rue episode, was the Rue thing the last thing, or I thought it was Nate's thing was the last episode. Okay. Well, anyways, yeah. So we find that we go quickly that into Nate's and Cassie's beautiful mansion house. Come to find out, he's actually waiting there, the guy, and beats the living shit out of him. And just there's a part where Sam Levinson, and again, if you watch behind the scenes, guys, watch it. It's so fucking good. Sam Levinson was like, Cassie, Sydney Sweeney was supposed to be fighting off the guy, but she went off script and it just played out so beautifully. We couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah, he couldn't stop because she was like crying because she got hit, I think, in the face.
She's like, "You hit me!" Like it was just
so funny. Like, that's just so her character. But again,
I'll bleed. No, she said, "I'm bleeding."
Yeah, she's like, "I'm bleeding. This is my wedding. I'm bleeding.
This is my wedding night, and I'm bleeding."
I just crazy thought it was so funny how that played out. But this is again to show how serious Nate and Cassie are in this mess, because the guy ends with telling her, some wives inherit wealth, but some others inherit debt.
Debt. Not death.
So
it will be death, though. I'm just saying.
You do see also the extreme of how far they're willing to go to show their message, show that they're serious. They do cut off Nate's pinky.
Yeah, Nate's
toe pinky.
And again, going to behind the scenes, I loved how they showed us the prosthetic leg, or like the fake leg.
Cool,
that was, dude, it looks so real.
It's so cool. Yeah.
It's so brilliantly done, and for Jacob to really act like he did a great job acting. Like, damn, like he did a really good job convincing the audience that his actual toe got cut off, and that was really
crazy.
good.
Yeah, and I feel you're just like, dang.
Yeah.
This guy is serious business. Who is this guy? How did he even get into business with Nate?
I don't know.
That's crazy. I wonder if we're gonna get more insight into that later on.
Yeah. And when he walked, I guess, asked him for money and everything. And that's the thing too, is I feel like that Nate just doesn't know the outcome of this, and like just wanted to.
I think he thinks he's smarter than he is.
No, he's an idiot,
and he's not that smart.
And it becomes this unhinged and unstable situation that he cannot control. He beats Nate's crying and going upstairs and trying to run, and he's beating the shit out of him, his henchman or his guy, the guy.
His muscle.
And it's just that scene is so good. Like, it's so funny. It's just like it's damn. It's the shittiest wedding night. It really is.
That is the shittiest end to like the shittiest wedding you could see. Like so many things. Nothing about this wedding went right. And I think that's just again to show how wrong.
But Cassie got her $50,000 flowers. $50,000. That's insane to me. Like I get it. Like, you want to go extravagant, but come on, like flowers. Oh my god, flowers
for me,
die.
I don't judge on what people spend for the wedding, but it was very obvious that they were not in the same page about what to spend. They were very obvious not on the same page of what they could afford. And I think a lot of that was Nate hiding the financial situation they're in. He made it seem to Cassie that everything was fine.
And that's the thing too. Cassie had no idea. Cassie had no idea that he is in shit. Like, he literally is.
He dragged her into that now. She's part of that now.
Because she's lied about, because he lied to her about it and so inherited it.
Where do these two characters go? How do they get out of this debt? Where do they come up with the money? How long do they have? What happens to their construction? There's so many unanswered questions. Again, the wedding was such a pivotal moment in this episode, in this season.
For them, for their relationship, yeah.
And so we'll see what comes out of it.
I think Cassie will leave him. If
I don't think she will.
You don't think she will?
I think she'll probably give him the ultimatum of like, I'm going to make us money because I can.
Yeah.
And then I
true.
think Nate, even though he may not, I don't know if he
agree with it or
love her, agree with it. I don't know. I just think he's probably gonna go along with it because he needs the money.
True, the money. Yeah, but at the same time though, I think Nate was like, we have to downgrade, and we're like, we're not downgrading.
Yeah,
like,
she's not willing to compromise.
Yeah, she's not willing because she loves that house. I mean, I love
it too, but I'm a realistic girl. Wake up. Wake up.
Yeah, and then so we switched over to the title of this episode, which Rue had to leave the wedding due to criminal activity, if you will, and has to go pick. Alamo called her to go pick up a drug, I guess a drug deal. I guess. Yeah. And so I forgot what you call it.
But, also, I think part of it too was to orchestrate revenge onto Lori for
Well, early on in the episode, Lori was like convincing to her little shit show of guys that they were like, let's kidnap her. And we're like, well, I do miss her. And remember what she says? She says that it's so funny the way she says so. But we actually find out early on that Paladin is actually a pet owned by Lori, a bird, a beautiful bird. And it's
so cute.
It becomes, symbolic of power, control, and vulnerability here because of the fact that what they do is very strong-headed, because early on this episode, they release a pig back over and it shits, and Alamo gets so pissed off because he kills it, and it happens at the strip club.
Yeah, so basically, it started with Lori calling Alamo a pig. Alamo tried to retaliate by sending a pig into their house.
Yeah.
They retaliated by sending a pig into the strip club that Alamo joined. So it's very much like a tit for tat kind of thing. And now it's escalated to, how can we get back at her? What's the one thing that she for sure will hurt her? And Rue mentions the bird.
I think Alamo says straight to the point, what's going to hurt her heart? And that's what he wants. And he's all like,
that's when Rue mentions the
Rue's
bird.
funny because she's all like, well, she's got a lazy boy. And I was like, no, her heart. And so then I thought that was kind of funny how she mentioned the lazy boy versus the guys that actually work for her. Then I guess she don't give two shits about them.
No.
But and we get to see what really, how much it really meant to the bird meant to her. And so it's very interesting to see, because we didn't know how they were going to kill her off. And then at that very scene too, where they're there, where Rue is there with I forgot the other guy's name. My bad.
Alamo second man.
Yeah, Alamo second man.
Super quiet.
Yeah,
super scary.
he's like, what are you? You an Indian or like? He's like Paladin. Oh, from the cowboy from the Wild West. And it's like about cowboys and Indians. And Lori's such a racist bitch. She's just like, I don't think you would like that because. Insinuating that he's black.
Yeah,
and I'm all
I
like,
I didn't think
fuck?
your kind liked Westerns or something
and
like that.
That's what she says. Yeah. And so he says back, he's like, well, it's not about blacks and whites. It's about Indians and cowboys. It's about civilized and non-civilized people. And I like at that very where he throws up the money. He's all like, what are you? And he throws up the money. A motherfucking cowboy. That's what he says. I love that. I love when he says that.
Yeah, so obviously they go there, one, to do this drug deal exchange with Lori, but two, the main purpose is to harm the bird, which they do. They throw poison or something in the water.
Which I thought was really brilliant, because they need to do something to where it is strategic, because he can't.
It's not like it's going to be... oh my God, I don't know, a grand mystery of, oh my God, my bird's dead. And what could have happened? No, like it was very obvious. It's going to be very obvious to her once she figured out what happened to her bird. Yeah. Because obviously the henchman, the second guy, was standing near the bird cage when he dropped in, and he was looking at the bird and she noticed it. So it's going to be like easy to connect the dots. Yeah. But I am curious to see what she's going to do now that this bird is no longer, because they do show where the bird drinks the water. And then moments later, the bird does unfortunately kill over. And
not moments, I think hours later.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like later on at the very end, you see the bird keel over and essentially pass away. And we're going to see the aftermath of that. Yeah. We're going to see how Lori reacts and how this escalates the war, the conflict between Lori and Alamo.
Yep.
And lastly, now that they've made that exchange, Rue and the second guy and Lori have made that drug exchange. Rue is driving back with the drugs in her van.
Yeah.
And who does she get stopped by?
She gets stopped by cops.
Not cops, DEA.
DEA, sorry.
Ugh.
DEA. Boom, done.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And they know her.
Yep.
So obviously that implies they've been following her and they know what she's been doing.
Yep.
And I'm very curious to see what,
because it looks like she gets let go, and I'm all like, damn. So they're gonna
offer her a deal.
Yeah, well, 100%. And I love how Rue says it's point blank. She says, so you can lie to me. She tells the DA, so you can lie to me and I can't lie to you. And he says yes. And I was just like, damn. I was like, damn. So Rue is in for her money right now. She really is.
We're gonna see what
the consequences of being an adult. Like this is it. The consequences of breaking the law. And it's
gonna
just
catch up to her. And I don't even know what's scarier at this point. If she betrays Alamo, is it going to be scarier to deal with the consequences of Alamo
that's
or
the thing.
The government?
And it looks like Alamo's business is about to be in jeopardy too, because it looks like Lori does do a back attack, because it does look like that the stripper, the manager at the strip club, looks like there's a gun pointed at him. So there's a lot.
Yeah,
I think this is
like the
just
next episode.
I feel like that this is just, we're going up the roller coaster right now. We're not even reached the peaking point, and it's already like a crazy shit show. So I'm so excited to see what this season unravels here. We only have so many more episodes left, so I know
it's going to be packed with so much stuff. I can't believe how much is going to happen in these next few episodes. Again, I think this was a pivotal one. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting traction.
Yeah.
Now that all the characters are set up and we know where they are, what they've been doing. Yeah. Now we know, okay, where are they going to go from here? Yeah. And I love that. And I can't wait for these next few episodes to see how it unravels.
We only have 5 more episodes left. Yeah. 5. That's it. Yeah. And so I'm going to say this as well, guys, the last episode will probably be a big delay because we'll actually be on a cruise around that time, so the 31st. I do apologize, but stay tuned because we got more stuff unraveling here for Rue, Jules, Maddie. We're gonna see where Maddie goes. We're gonna see where Jules goes. See if Jules,
Cassie.
Yeah, we're gonna see if Jules gets mad or just like stops interacting with, or maybe she starts loving Rue again. I don't know. There's a lot going on here, and it just and it's very interesting to see where Maddie is gonna go, like with the whole job aspect of it. Now she doesn't want to be an assistant no more, Yeah. So, but anyways, alrighty, guys. Well, there you have it. As always, I'm your host, Ryan D. aka Ryan 680.
I'm Angela, that Kelly Ange.
And this is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. You know what to do. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode of Euphoria. Have a good one.